Welcome to the largest program in WIUT and the first business management program in Uzbekistan. My name is Julian Pineres. I am the course leader of this business management program. Nowadays, you are experiencing one of the most exciting moments in history, in the recent history of business. I don't know if you have seen the news that has been happening over the last years. And what we have seen is basically a change in the transition. This change in the transitions is demanding a lot of new knowledge and new skills, particularly for people who is interested to create, develop, and operate business nowadays. And this is what we are interested about. We are facing sustainability problems. We are facing breakthrough technologies that are changing completely the way that we live. Who create those opportunities that we see in the market? Who is actually able to create value for those opportunities? Do you know who are these people? Business managers. The people, in fact, train and we give skills during the program. The business management program basically is one of the most versatile programs. Why? Because a person who studies business management is able to be in logistics, is able to be in finance, is able to be in sales, is able to be in marketing, is able to be in manufacturing, is able even to create their own business. So you have the opportunity to work in different industries. You're going to probably experience those who decided to enter the business management is that what we teach is not necessarily in abstract, because we teach how actually industry works. Which industries? Every industry. In every industry, you need a manager. Whether it's a mining industry, whether it's a project construction industry, whether it's an industry that, in fact, we were talking about information technologies, those companies in digital information technologies are managed by people who, in fact, know how to lead other people, know how to convert those technologies into value and opportunities for the market. So the idea is that we experience during the whole 3 years that you are going to be part of this program, different type of activities in which you are going to know how industry works, how this knowledge that you know is applicable. Because one of the things also is very important to know is that not all industries work in the same way. And you are the only ones who are going to be able to understand these particularities of every single industry and being able to apply the knowledge that you have in order to put it into motion, into managing companies. The other aspect is that we have a program which is very close to companies. We work very close with many companies here in Uzbekistan. But also we have all the classes, all the models, all the seminars actually work based on cases, work based on a situation that happens, problem-solving situation that happen in companies. So you are going to be able to experience how real problems in companies are solved. So what is the aim of the business program? The aim of the business management program in the pathways is to give you an experience in developing the knowledge and the skills and capabilities to work in a dynamic environment. One of the things that actually is important to know is that, and that's the reason why I started at the beginning saying that we are living in a very exciting moment in our history. Most of the things that are happening now are going to be the changing path for the future. And as I said before, those who are able to understand how to manage companies are the ones who are able to create sustainable business, how to create the best practices to sell the product, how to create the best practice to advertise and communicate a product in the market. So that's the reason why effective communication is key in strategy, in sales, in leading people. In fact, one of the key aspects in organizations is how you are able to talk with others in a way that the others will be able to express the potential they have. And that is what a manager does. A manager takes the potential of people and increase this capacity in order to make that people more efficient, more effective in the work that they do. And that is the important part of the effective communication. Uzbekistan particularly, and you are the new generations, is also changing. What we require in Uzbekistan, new companies. But the new companies are not created in a vacuum. The new companies are created by people who has knowledge, by people who understand basically how to utilize these new technologies that I was talking about, and to put it into practice in order to convince others, who? The customers, the users, to use those changes. You are the generation of change, basically. Every single day is a change for you. Every single day is a new technology for you. But basically, you are the ones who are learning at the same pace, which means that it creates a lot of conditions in order to develop new companies. And in Uzbekistan is what we need. People with entrepreneurial minds, people who is able to perceive the way that new offerings can be given to the market and create value for this economy. This economy needs to grow. You see the highest developed economies in the world. The reason why they are the best economies is because they have the best business. They have the business who create the highest value. And that is actually what we need. And that is what we want for the people who take this business program. The idea of being a global citizen is important for business management. Basically, when you study business management, this is what you became, a global citizen. A person who actually is able to move across boundaries and across cultures. So you need to be able to put your mind on the edge in terms to see not just the local and geographic space where you live in, but also how you are able to be a person that can be part of any place in the world, every business in the world. But more importantly, how you can actually make your business local, a global business. That's the reason why it's important to understand that this is what we actually teach when we talk about the business management program. So one of the major questions that you actually have in your mind, and I actually think that this is something that you need to think of, is how actually this particular program or any other program give you the opportunity to develop a career that it will be sustainable in the future. So this program in particular has one of the, as I said before, more versatile ways of moving in your career pathway. Why? Because most of the, all of the persons who actually study business management, they are not just in one single industry. They work in a variety of industries because you have knowledge to do whatever in any type of industry. The other aspect is that we have different type of areas that we cover throughout the program, including marketing, sales, logistics. So also give you the opportunity to be part of any area of the organization. Most of the students select HR, for example, so we have a lot of modules related to HR management. The students, for example, who like to go for marketing as well, you have the opportunity to experience different modules from marketing, principle of marketing, sales marketing, digital marketing. Also, if you wanted to be, for example, management in international business, so we also teach you how to develop the business and to progress into the business toward the international level. So you can be part of any area of the organization if we talk about career paths, not just one single area. Whatever area that you think of and you would like to be specialized on, you will be possible or potentially be able to do that. And the other thing is, and the most important one, and if you ask me, the most key factor of this program is that we teach you how to be an entrepreneur, how to create a company, how to develop an idea, to convert that idea into opportunity that create value for the customers, how to integrate that idea and create a team in order to develop an entrepreneurial team. How from that entrepreneurial team you are able to create that product and enter into the market, which kind of collaborations you need, how you understand the entrepreneurial ecosystem and being able to leverage competence from others in order to become and overcome the challenges that the business at the very beginning or a startup company requires. Here there are some examples of successful graduates from business management and projects that has been gone by these graduates that we have, or we have been actually taught here in the university. So one of the characteristics and more important thing is that you will be able to manage projects. So that is another area that is very relevant for what we teach in business management. You are going to be able to be a project manager. If you saw, for example, what's happening in Tashkent, all the dynamic of the city, there is mostly one business management for WIUT in a particular one of these projects, developing and successfully creating those projects for making it more efficient for the future. Our graduates also go to the most famous universities worldwide, to different places to continue their studies. So some of them decided also to continue doing a master, and then they go abroad, and all of them are accepted in different other universities to continue improving their skills based on what we actually, the credibility that we have as a business management course here in Uzbekistan. So most of the graduates are in the United States, Australia, the UK, pursuing further studies after they finish their program here in business management. Core models across the level actually are based on giving you skills for developing successful business. So this is what we call normally organizational capabilities models. So, and this is taken by almost all of people who take the business management program. So managing leading people, international ecosystem in level 4, personal branding. This is a new model that has been introduced, particularly because there is a new trend of how you became yourself a brand, how you are able to promote yourself. And that is something that is becoming more and more demanding nowadays in the world. Also, we teach you operation, research methods, professional practice and learning. So here you have the opportunity to work in a real place and to get experience during one semester. Here also, as I told you, we are teaching you, and this is another new model, in which you are able to understand how companies work. We are actually collecting cases now from real companies in Uzbekistan, real managers who are interested to come to the university and tell us the story, the situations, what's happening with them, and how they are developing their changes in their company. And we are bringing all situations into the classroom for you to provide also solutions. And so you're going to be able to experience what nowadays companies are experiencing in order to see what kind of solutions we can provide. And also at the end, you have dissertation, a strategy, which is very important for companies, and new venture creation. So this is what most of the students actually learn during the whole 3 years. We also have different pathways. In the business management, we have 3 pathways. The pathway is a pathway in business management. In this pathway, you are able to get mostly human resources, design thinking, project management. So this is the general pathway that increases your knowledge in a particular key areas of the organization. The second pathway is the pathway of marketing. So you have now you have the opportunity to improve your skills in marketing communication, consumer behavior, brand journalism, sales marketing, marketing analytics, and then you have the last pathway of finance. And here, if you notice, you also get the opportunity to get knowledge about finance and how to get investments and how to develop companies' investments into creating more value for companies. So you have all these opportunities, whatever all the programs that you selected or pathway that you select in the business program. Now we are moving also to have a more practical oriented process and learning experience in our business management. So the idea is that at the end, you will be able to work in different moments with different activities with companies. So we are opening internships, we are giving mentorships, we are looking for developing in-job experience in all the, even the coursework that we are working on the different models in which you're going to be assessed. Also, we have industry challenges and project-based learning. So from next year, we are going to start bringing companies to bring the challenges to the organization, to the university, and we are going to be asking students to create teams and being able to promote these challenges to the companies. And then and those teams, you will be able to compete across the whole different levels in order to provide your knowledge and to be able to prove your capacities to solve challenges for companies. We are going to be also, you're going to be also exposed to hackathons, simulations, game-based competitions, and we are going to increase more and more the learning through gamification, learning through gaming, in which we are going to be able, you are going to be exposed to situations which are closer to the reality of business. So that is actually how we are moving forward to creating a more competitive culture, and this is the kind of a student that we want in business management, a student who is able to face a competitive condition, a competitive setting, and it will be able at the end to develop competitive and sustainable business in the future. After you finish your level 4, you will be able to go for an exchange program in Westminster University in London. And at the same time, we are working with another universities at the moment in different and other countries. And probably we have more exchange opportunities in the future. Well, we have also a different exchange with companies. As I was mentioned, one of the things that we are actually implementing now is that in most of the coursework, we would like to have specifically interns, short periods, obviously, but interns in which you will be able to practice your knowledge and you will be able to work in these companies at the same time. Okay, on master, there are different type of universities worldwide that offer master for business managers. For example, you can do masters nowadays in a very interesting master is in a circular economy and sustainable business. You can do master in entrepreneurship. You can do master international business master, or most of the students also do MBAs as well, which is the most famous masters in business management. So students who are graduated from business management can do master in any of these areas. Master in finance, masters in economics also as well possible to do it. Master in logistics, master in project management. So there is a broad of options of students who actually study business management to further develop their skills and their knowledge by keep studying masters in the future. Human resources, for example, is another case. So master opportunities are broad for business managers.